Welcome to another video, the same every time, GCSE Maths, IGCSE Maths, looking at the questions that, apart from the numbers, are the same every time. Learn how to do them, get yourself into the marks, get yourself into the grades. In this video, we're looking at finding the mean from a grouped table. Exam question, 200 people recorded the time they spent on social media one day. The table shows the results. Time in minutes, called a T, frequency, midpoint. You have to understand first of all what this table actually means. So when it says 0 less than equal T less than 30, we mean the time is between 0 and 30 minutes. So 24 people spent between 0 and 30 minutes on the social media. The frequency tells us how many there are in each group. 76 people spent between 30 and 50 minutes on the social media. 52 people spent from 50 to 60 minutes on the social media, and so on. Our first task with this kind of question is always to find the midpoint of each group, the value in the middle. Sometimes the exam question will tell you to do that, sometimes they don't, but it is the first thing you must do. If you are finding the mean from a grouped table, the first thing is to find the midpoint of each group. 0 to 30, what's the number halfway between 0 and 30? That would be 15. 30 to 50, the number halfway between 30 and 50 is going to be 40. If you can't see these things very easily, and sometimes they're not so obvious, especially when you have decimals in there, there's a nice way of finding the midpoint, the number halfway between. Say we want the midpoint of 30 and 50, we just add them together. 30 divided by 50, that's 80, and divide by 2, that gives us 40. So the next group, 50 to 60, to find the midpoint, 50 plus 60 is 110, divide by 2, that gives me 55. So that's a nice method of finding the midpoint, especially when they do become a little bit complicated. 60 to 90, for example, might not be obvious to everybody what the number halfway between 60 and 90 is, but if I add together 60 plus 90, and then I divide by 2, that's 150 divided by 2. So the midpoint is going to be 75. Now the next thing that we have to do is the frequency multiplied by the midpoint. So I'm now going to do, for each of my midpoints and my frequencies, 24 multiplied by 15. Well, that's 360. 76 times by 40, 3,040. 52 times by 55, 2,860. 48 times by 75, 3,600. And what I need to do next is add together the total of my frequency times by the midpoint. So that's going to give me 9,860. And then the calculation is very straightforward, but remember, we must show all of our working out here. I know all of this really is done on a calculator, but we do need to show method in the exam, not just a final answer. Especially because there's a lot of calculation going on in here, and it's very easy to make mistakes, isn't it? If you've got all your method down there, at least you're going to get the method marks. What do we need to do? The total of the midpoint times frequency divided by, and they're actually telling us the total frequency, which is 200. So 9,860 divide by 200, and that's going to give me, as a mean, 49.3. So the method is exactly the same every time. If we have to find the mean from a grouped table, Here are our groups: 0 to 30, 30 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 90. Your first move is to find the midpoint of each group. If you're not sure about the midpoint, add the two end numbers together. 0 plus 30, divide by 2. 30 plus 50, divide by 2. That will tell you the midpoint, the number in the middle of each group. And then we need to do another column in the table of frequency times by midpoint. Frequency times by midpoint, and then the total of my frequency times by midpoint, divide by the total of my frequency. That will give you the mean. Now, questions like this, you can usually pick up a good few marks on these questions. Of course, it's all about being very careful though, because the numbers get very big and you're having to add together a lot of big numbers, obviously using your calculator, but it's very easy to go wrong, so just be extremely careful and maybe check your answers more than once for this one. Same every time though, these questions, apart from the numbers, they're going to be the same. Get yourself into the marks, get yourself into the grades, learn how to do the questions that are going to be the same every time. If the video was useful to you, then press the like button. And if you also found the video useful, then please do press the subscribe button as well. Thank you very much for watching, and I will meet you again in the next one.